Hello my loves, and welcome back to this first episode of what I hope will be a weekly instalment on my channel. After my last video where I just shared a typical sketching session, I got such a great response from you guys, and I realised that people really appreciate the realistic day-to-day art stuff as well as the bigger projects. So since I spend an hour in my sketchbook every morning anyway, I thought it would be a great thing to share with you guys once a week, the things I do to practice or just keep the creative muscles warmed up and build on that daily habit of making art, whether it's something finished or not. I'm keeping the editing to a minimum. I want this to be casual all round, just low maintenance, so it's just my usual sketchbook session. I just happen to have a camera running, and because of that, not every session is obviously going to be particularly finished or great quality, but that isn't the point. The point for me is just to be here to chat with you guys and share what I'm up to, and hopefully motivate you to spend a little time, even if it's just half an hour or 15 minutes in your own sketchbooks. You know, if you tally up that time every day, that's a lot of pages of work, and more importantly, a lot of practice, a lot of drawing experience, and each little mark that you make is a step closer to really honing your craft. So that's the intention with these videos, and now I really just want to kind of open the floor to you guys and any suggestions you might have. I'm thinking of maybe doing one extra video like this a month that's in real time for people to paint along to. At the moment, these weekly videos like this one, I think I'll have about 5 minutes in length, but if people prefer it, I could probably slow things down and have it stretched to 10 minutes. I just don't know what I would talk about for that long. And I don't know, if people would even want that anyway, so I would love some feedback on what type of length you prefer for videos like this, bearing in mind that this is just supposed to be something like a springboard into the start of your own sketchbook session. So anyway, about this page, my sketchbook session the day before, I decided to do a couple of studies of skulls from this book that I was gifted through my Amazon wishlist by someone by the name of Pandafish, if I'm remembering correctly. So that was probably about a year ago at this point, and I had looked at this book for inspiration tons of times since I received it, but never felt confident enough to give the skull painting a go. But since I started this daily sketchbook practice, I've been getting used to just going with my gut whenever I have the urge to paint something in particular. And on this day, I spotted this book and I just went with it. I also wanted to try out these gouache paints for the first time. These were gifted to me by Arteza, and I wanted an excuse to try them out. So I really enjoyed that study session the day before, really liked how the paintings came out, and I was actually pleasantly surprised with the paints as well. So I thought I would give it a go again and film it. And of course, this session was a bit less successful, mainly due to the colours that I chose for the first painting. Just totally the wrong combo. It got muddy and messy really quickly and just lost its way a bit. So I actually abandoned that one before it was done. For me, it just wasn't worth the time when I knew there was really no fixing it. That colour combo was always going to be muddy, and I'm glad I moved on because the second painting was so much more enjoyable, and I think it came out pretty well for a quick study. The purpose of the studies was to look at form and rendering 3D shapes. I wanted to focus on values and just kind of using that to carve out the mass of the object, and I think I was on my way to managing that at the end. So you can see I start out with like the outline, and then I kind of start with the darkest shades, and I don't necessarily approach all paintings like this, just in this case it felt like the easiest thing to do. That kind of keeps me on track, and it does help with making sure I'm moving around the painting more instead of just sticking to one particular area, just seeing where I can put in all of those darkest shapes, and then moving on to the next darkest, or one that's slightly lighter, and yeah, that just helps to keep me moving around the painting. And I think with this one I just stuck to only really 3 different values. So I had like the dark blue, the middle blue, and then that kind of creamier colour, and then there's like the tones that are mixed in between them as well. But yeah, I just think it's a technique that works quite well if I can do it, if I can get it down properly, and like you can see with the first painting that sometimes it isn't, completely foolproof. And then I normally go in around these paintings with like black paint, just to, I don't know, I think it looks nice, but I also think it helps to, again, like almost sculpt it out and have it stand out against the page and just define the edge a bit. and then I'll obviously just finish off with a bit of text just to describe what I've drawn. I don't always do that, but I do think sometimes it can look nice, and it's something that I can refer back to in that book as well. I did also just go in around the first skull just to have it stand out a bit more in front of the second one, because I felt like they were blending into each other. But yeah, that's it already. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know again what you think of this type of video and what you would like to see in the next episode, I guess. Yeah, but thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.